Hello, my beautiful projectors. This is your reading for September 2023. We have lots and lots of the outer planets, which are the bigger planets that move really slow, are in retrograde for all of September. I really do feel energetically that it's going to be a huge pause for a lot of people in specific areas of your life, meaning that you get to review and reflect and redirect what you want to be doing. That's can be a very powerful thing. You know how sometimes when you're working on projects in your business or in your home life, and you're like, something's just not right, something's not flowing here. That this is the time that it will flip, and you'll have the insights that you need to gather together. And I think it's interesting because out of all the energy types thus far that I've done the readings for, you're the one that I feel has quite a lot of magic coming through this month for you, even though the outer world may not reflect that. Your inner world to me and looking at your cards thus far feel very magical. So that's awesome. So let's remember, projectors, strategy and authority is always the most important thing for you. You are here to be invited to share that beautiful natural wisdom. Does that mean that you can't ask people out to go do things? No, that's not what that means. It means whatever the wisdom that you are here to share, because you're the birds on the wire, whatever that wisdom is, and whatever niche that is for yourself, whatever system, the tweaking, the things that you just know and that you're really good at, when you want to share those things, that needs to be invited or else it won't land. And this month in particular, you have gate 57. 57 comes off of the spleen. It is the most psychic gate out of all of the gates, or the gifts in anybody's chart. And to me, that's telling me that your psychic abilities are going to be highly in tuned as long as you aren't tapping into the fear aspect. Any number coming off of the spleen is either your fight or flight, meaning you're either in fear of the future with gate 57, or you are in the present moment, knowing when the timing is going to be perfect for things. So a lot of the times projectors were always being guided to, like, on those down moments where you aren't being invited into things, is the time for you to perfect whatever it is that your niche is. It's time for you to play in that energy of whatever gives you pure positive joy. And intuition is going to be guiding you, I think, to the next steps, to the next thing that you're supposed to be studying or doing or reflecting or revisiting. Your intuition has the potential to really talk to you. And if you're somebody who's really into learning more about that, um, be sure to trust the inner knowing, the visions, the hearing, the even the smell of things. Like if that's really potent on your report. I'm pausing right now because I actually teach a class in the past on how to read your chart so you know what your intuitive gifts really are, because everybody has them. And it's stirring within me that maybe I need to get that popped up there for everybody. Anyways, so trusting your intuition is your gift this month. And maybe you'll start to say that in your morning mantras this month and say, okay, I know that my spidey senses, I can ask my guides, my higher soul self, to help me amplify that for myself so that I can trust what's coming through me, so I know what my next steps are. Because the next card you received was the Three of Wands. Now, Wands is a fire. So if you happen to be a fire sign, which would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, and if you don't, that's okay. It's still coming. But for those three particular signs, you relate to this because you are fiery yourself. And wands indicates actions on things. And so for you projectors, because you do not have your center, you do not have the desire center colored in, because that's why I know you're a projector. You don't have that area filled in for yourself. Is that this is so interesting, is that this person is ready, right? It's a fire sign. It's ready to take the action, but she's waiting for the right wave. She isn't jumping in and taking everything, just saying, okay, I'll just take anything that comes my way. She's observing and she's watching. And projectors have a tendency, when they are invited to share things, that they'll jump on that bandwagon really quick without asking themselves through their strategy and authority, is this the right thing for me? So for you guys right now, what I would say is take your time, Be prepared, go back, reflect, review, maybe look over the things that maybe you are contemplating, that you want to start sharing with the world, right? Your intuition will guide you when it's time to get on that wave and ride it. And it's going to be spectacular when you do, when you can pause and take a moment to ask yourself, is this really the right invitation for me? Because when you do, you're going to be birthing something really cool, something that's probably been really, really incubating. This is a major arcana. This is the Empress card. And when I see this, when I see a major arcana card come up, it's telling me this is going to be kind of a major month for you, that whatever you've been incubating, whatever you've been working on, your intuition is going to tap you and say, now's the time. Someone's coming to ask you to share it, and you need to be prepared for it. And remember, she's kind of in this particular deck, she's at her final month, right? We all know that incubating and creating something, and that's frustrating for you, but that's your glory place. Projectors, you need to really just get excited as you are creating, and whatever that niche is, whatever that's exciting you, and it doesn't necessarily have to be your career. It could be anything that you're getting excited about. Taking the time to keep it inside, keeping it all to yourself. You'll be sharing it with the world when the intuition kicks in. But it's kind of like when a woman is pregnant, and everyone from the outside wants to touch the belly and wants to talk about the belly. But it really is such a special inward thing. It's all inward. And it's a place where it's dark, it's kind of cozy, it gets everything it needs to nourish itself. So think of your ideas and your creativity and how it's all just, it's your inner secret. And when you're ready to share it with the world, it's going to be spectacular, because you're going to trust the true divine timing of when this should be released or shared or birthed, right? So you're waiting for your perfect wave to come in. So now I'm just asking, for one final animal spirit card for you, to kind of explain it. You got the skunk spirit. I love this. Knowing your worth. Mm. Sometimes when we're in the incubation period where things are still within us, that's when that unworthiness can kind of pop up for us and say, gosh, is this really a good idea? Like, is anyone going to want this? Is anyone wanting to hear about this or buy this, or want to be a part of this, whatever this is for you? And what that card is indicating is you need to hold on to your worth, even if there is no invitation in particular when you think the invitation can come in, because usually that's what happens for all of us, right? We think we know best. We think we know everything's lined up and everybody should want this information because it has been brewing in me for a while. I've been holding on to this beautiful new idea for myself for a really long period of time. But if you trust that intuition and you trust that that wave is coming, you're going to have an exceptional moment of like, that was so worth it. That was so worth the time and the effort and the moments of silence coming from me and not wanting to push and share anything. Giving yourself that moment to just be, because intuition comes, 57 activates only in the moment. And if you're future tripping, because that's what can happen with 57, meaning you could think about, well, what if nobody asks for it? What if the building I want disappears and it's not available for me anymore? Or what if my money runs out? Whatever the what ifs are, because that's what 57 will play with. And that's what the skunk, I think, is telling you. You really need to be cognizant of this month. Don't play in the what ifs, only play in the now, because the now will tell you. So if the now's not telling you, this is the time to do this. This is the time to move forward. This is the time that it's going to happen. You just need to keep playing and waiting and cultivating and nourishing yourself and getting exciting and getting prepared for that invitation. Do you have the energy to carry on this new huge project that's brewing within you that could possibly pop this month? Do you have the energy to facilitate it? Because although you think sometimes, because you hang out with a lot of people who have that sacral center fluid, you think you always have the energy. A lot of you have been conditioned thinking that you can just go, go, go. But if you were really honest with yourself, are you ready for this birthing? Because you think about if you've had a child or adopted a child or had a dog or a kitty, like those first few months of anything is exhausting, right? Giving birth alone is exhausting. And then caring for whatever it is that you're nurturing within yourself takes a lot of energy. So spending that time just nurturing yourself, knowing that the wave is coming, knowing that the perfect timing is coming for you on something that you're getting ready to deliver to the world or to your community or to your family or to yourself is going to take some energy. So take whatever time you have in your daily life, make it fun, make it exciting. You've got some beautiful new things coming up for you. And it feels happy and it feels very much joyous because anytime we give birth to something new, there's always that excitement to share, right? Like that's why we're human, because we want to share those emotional experiences with those that we trust and we love so much. And so that is truly available to you right now. I would love to hear back from you. Give me your input. Let me know if this works for you. Let me know if this resonated with you. And as always, trust your own intuition, whether it's me or someone else. If it doesn't resonate with you, let it go. It may not be for you, but what does resonate with you, take it in, anchor it into your heart, write it into your journals, write all of this into your journals of what feels really good, and watch as the month goes on and see what happens for yourself. And until next time, I look forward to chatting with you again. Blessings.